Good afternoon or good evening, everybody, and welcome to Steve's Wrestling Ramble. You're live on YouTube on my channel. Tonight I'll be reviewing Wrestlemania, Raw After Mania, NXT Dallas, and anything else that people want to discuss. You're welcome to tweet me at WB_podcast, as you see that in the banner. Ask me questions, give suggestions, stuff to talk about. I have the Twitter up, and I will be looking through that during the show. Felicia, my guest co-host from the review or from the predictions episode, is unable to make it for tonight, so it's just me, myself, and I, as it's been since the beginning. But I am hoping to find a permanent co-host. She's one of them that I am thinking about to have. But in the future episodes, maybe there'll be others that are interested or others that want to do a couple of see how things go, and then maybe go from there. Because, like I said, I do want to have a team, or at least one co-host, at least somebody else here, part of the team, and talk WWE and professional wrestling each and every week here on Steve's Wrestling Ramble, and be able to have a second opinion, a second or third, or how many other people that are interested opinion on the topics I discuss. I mean, it's okay that I've been doing it by myself, but it's better when you have somebody else with you. Like I said, different opinions, conversation. I mean, as I can see from the amount of views and even as well as likes on my prediction episode, not just because of the good content in general, but because I actually had other people on the show that I had other things talked about and other discussions being brought up by the smart individuals that were on my show. It was Joe of the Joe Corn Show, Felicia Rose, and the team at House of Reactions that I was part of their first pay-per-view review of WrestleMania, actually the same night, Sunday night. I was on their channel with their review, so check that out if you can. If you have a moment, check out their channel, subscribe to them right after you subscribe to me, of course. But no, they do reviews of Raw with the highlights, and then they do pay-per-view reviews with me and some others that want to join. So that's House Reactions here on YouTube. Just search in the search bar. It should be the first channel that pops up, if not, some of their videos. So definitely check me out there and check them out on their channel and other content that they have. Great people, great channel. So definitely support them. On to WrestleMania 32. Going into it, I didn't really have high hopes for it, but as I kept saying on my own show, at Main Event Marks and other platforms, that you just gotta wait till you get to the show, let it happen, and just be patient and see how things are booked, see how storylines progress, see who wins as well, and judge it accordingly. Now, what I didn't say, and maybe what I also should have said, is also wait till we get to the Raw after, and see how things even progress further past this WrestleMania, and maybe you'll be impressed by it, or maybe not. Maybe you'll still be as uninterested in the situation or in the whole WrestleMania week ending than you were leading up to it, because of the bad booking situations leading up to it, the storylines, the build up to the matches, which is fine. It's your each and every person's opinion, and I respect that. But again, like I say, relax and give it a shot, and just wait till we get to WrestleMania, as people did, and then when it's over, then you can judge it accordingly, however you feel by judging it currently, because it's everybody's personal opinion and what they think and feel. And that's cool. That's why I hope more people are able to join my shows, not just tonight, but any night, any Tuesday night when I have an episode, to share their raw, real thoughts and on things of WWE or pro wrestling in general. So be 100% honest, not if you have to be a certain way, if you want to be on my show, you can be on my show. You don't have to change who you are. You be yourself and share what you really feel, because that's what this is, an outlet not just for me as the host of the show, but an outlet for other people if they want to share your own thoughts on the topics I bring up, or if you bring topics to the table yourself, that's perfectly fine too. The show, the word ramble is part of the show for a reason. We can venture off in different situations and be on those topics as well. I'm open to whatever whatever the people want. Really, kind of trying to be the people's champion here on YouTube. Here and talking really anything on my channel, sports or wrestling, where let the people drive what I should be discussing and whatever be discussing. So like I said, WrestleMania, might not have had high hopes for it, but after watching it and everything that happened, I thought it was a pretty good show. Now, I don't think it was one of the best, nor do I think it's one of the worst. I think it's in the middle ground, the middle tier, so to speak, of WrestleManias. But then again, it's subjective, because to me, one of my favorite WrestleManias of all time in general are WrestleMania 2000, WrestleMania 18, WrestleMania 30, WrestleMania 20. I think those would be my top 4 of WrestleManias. So that's what I judge it based on that kind of thinking and logic. But again, I thought it was good. It was nice to see Legends, as they usually do, having a segment for them. It seems like that's going to be a continuing annual thing, which I don't hate, especially when the Legends are from my era, the Attitude Era. I guess that's the only good thing about it being the Attitude Era being so long ago now. And now, them being the Legends, and they are the ones that are making the appearances on WrestleMania, whether it is annually or whenever, because that's from my era generation. So, I guess that's the only thing about that. So you had Mick Foley, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Shawn Michaels there, The Rock. I thought he was going to be used a little bit more, besides how he was used to announce the attendance record. Then you have the Wyatt family, and I know a lot of people, whether it's from Monster and Jason Monster, or Jason Solomon of the Monster Sounds Off, or others. Or, well, no, I don't think it was Jason Solomon. It's the wrong person. I apologize. That was JD from NY206 in his review of WrestleMania, saying that the Wyatt family were buried. As his opinion, I respect it, but sir, I disagree. Now, I don't strongly disagree, I just disagree. I respectfully disagree. I don't mean to piss you off by disagreeing, but I just do. I don't think the Wyatt family were buried. It did not make them look good, that's for dang sure, but it didn't really mean that they were buried. I mean, they were still in the ring with The Rock and John Cena, and then the next night they have them with the League of Nations. Now, that's where I entirely agree with you with why they having them at the League of Nations that they're trying to build as the Wyatt family. But in respect to WrestleMania specifically, I don't think the Wyatt family were totally buried. But hey, agree to disagree on that one, I guess. I think the match of the night actually was the women's title match for the new WWE Women's Championship. That belt looked awesome, freaking awesome to me. I liked it with the white strap and the red in the middle. It's really eye-catching, eye-popping with the red. There's red and black. If you have that as a focal point color, especially with the background of white. Me being a visual person, thinking that way. It's very nice. So it looks nice. You have it make it in a subliminal way and in a visual way as well, making it equal to the men's championship, obviously. That was done for a reason. Everything that WWE does is for a reason, whether minuscule or big, in my opinion. So in that one, also showing that the women are equal to men in that way, and no longer calling them divas. So not just getting rid of the butterfly belt that looked horrible, and I wanted it to change since they changed it from the women's title to the divas title and the butterfly belt. Okay, so excuse me, I know Sasha Banks was talking about that actually in a WWE.com exclusive, whatever that was on the YouTube channel, saying the same thing, that she wanted that belt to change back to the women's title already when it was debuted. So I agree with her 100% there. So I think that match was the match of the night to me. Those three women doing better than the men in the weigh-in and having a great match. And Charlotte winning kind of was surprising, but where they're going now, I don't have an issue because I know I've been seeing, you guys have heard me say in the past that I wanted Natalya back in the scene, back in the fold for the US women's. I apologize. WWE Women's Championship. You got to get used to that now. WWE Women's Championship picture. And now that the Women's Championship is now here and back only with the 2016 look, updated look than what the old one was. It's nice to have Natalya at heart part of the mix and now going to the title. Now, do I think she's going to win? Probably not, because I think there's no way it's going to be Sasha Banks. She is going to be the next WWE Women's Champion. But, have Natty at least in the picture again. Actually going to make for good promos and even a great match. They had great matches in NXT. The one with Ric Flair and Bret Hart in each respective ones at corners. And also for the NXT Women's Championship as well, I do believe. Unless that was the one I was referring to. But either way, great matches in NXT could be just as great here on the main roster for the Women's Championship. So there's that. Dean Ambrose, Brock Lesnar, street fight. I thought it would be going longer. I thought they were going to bleed. I'm kind of surprised that was the case. Even more surprised Dean Ambrose was the one getting the victory. I know it's Brock Lesnar. I know the fact that they paid him so much and for so small amount of dates, really, that they're able to use him. So I guess another kind of logic, you think he shouldn't ever lose in big matches, but he does sometimes. I think Dean Ambrose would have been a perfect opportunity to have him show what he's capable of. And the fact that they were promoting it, talking about Ambrose doing really anything and talking about his CCW days and the barbaric stuff he did then and all that other stuff. I thought maybe we'll get a glimpse of that in this match, actually. Maybe they'll go everywhere and anywhere. Have a predicament where Brock Lesnar loses but still looks strong. And Dean Ambrose, having his kind of like a coming out party showing that he is championship WWE World Heavyweight Champion, championship material, that he is in the main event scene and not a jobber for life. And not jobber, but mid-cutter for life. I think they're trying to, even though it didn't seem that way from how the match went, but trying to build up like being the Mick Foley of this era. Really taking all the punishment, not caring, being maybe a less of the lovable side of it, but you know what I mean? Being the new hardcore legend in a way, or trying to become that. If that's the case, Mick Foley won championships, tag team and world. So, Dean Ambrose, I think he'll be, as I said, I still have that bold prediction of Dean Ambrose being WWE World Heavyweight Champion by the end of the year. I still think that's going to happen, but when specifically before the calendar year ends, who knows? And really, to me, it should be like who cares because it's going to happen. Maybe SummerSlam. Maybe I think they're going to have a Shield triple threat at SummerSlam. Could win it there. Who the heck knows? But back to WrestleMania. Like I said, good matches, good segments. I think at least in those ways delivered. The only negatives of the show was how things were both, how finishes were, and maybe who won. But if you actually just look at it in match by match and the match quality with each of the matches, WrestleMania was pretty dang good. I give WrestleMania probably a B grade, because of that. So I don't know. I could say other things, but I don't really want to go there. Raw after WrestleMania. NXT Superstars debuting. You got Apollo Crews. So they're Baron Corbin after winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, which is nice to see. I kind of thought that maybe they would have given that to Mark Henry. Zack Ryder also won the IC strap at WrestleMania, then lost it to The Miz the Raw after. which at first I was pissed off about that because I really wanted them to do something with Zack as a champion, and I just him losing it 24 hours later. And them just using him really in the way to start off WrestleMania and having people win when they knew they were going to end the WrestleMania with Roman Reigns winning and being booed out of the building. But maybe, as I thought about it more and more after Raw went off the air, that maybe this could be an okay thing, good thing for Zack. And in the end, he'll win the feud with Miz and win back his title and maybe have a good run with it. I really think it deserves that. He's a hard worker. He's just as much a hard worker as Curtis Axel of Social Outcasts. Mm. Just checking here if there's anything else that. Shane McMahon, Undertaker taking not Undertaker, Shane McMahon taking that jump off the top of the Hell in the Cell. That was pretty awesome, but also pretty scary. I know a lot of people were hard to keep a beat before he did that, because his kids were there. His wife, his kids, mother, and obviously pretty much the whole McMahon family and others were there to watch that. Could have went wrong, but thank goodness it didn't. But even with the match and the Undertaker winning, him probably might have his final WrestleMania match next year, or maybe the year after that. I know I'm still trying to see if I can go to WrestleMania next year, because I know my friends, House of Reactions, they told me to do so. Maybe we'll be, looking forward already into a full year from now. I might be doing a review, our predictions episode and review together in the same place for each other's channel, with each other's channel, as a true collaboration next year, because maybe we'll all be going to WrestleMania in Orlando, Florida, but we'll see. We'll see how the situation arises when we get closer to WrestleMania 33. NXT Dallas, I would talk about, but A, it's been further away from the other shows. B, NXT, it's good. I know all from the card, from what it seemed like heading into the NXT Dallas was gonna be amazing. It was gonna be great. It certainly lived up to that. So not much else to really say about it because it's already been said by many other people. So see, this is what happens when you have just one person. It's a quick episode and stuff like that. That's why hopefully we'll be able to have co-hosts and our guests moving forward. I mean, I know they can't make it every single week. They have their own lives and other things going on, but maybe we'll certainly have to see what happens there moving forward. Well, thanks to everybody that watched. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna stay here live for a little bit longer. Probably at least maybe till 8 o'clock. I don't know what exactly I'll be doing between now and then, but I have a feeling when we get to 8 o'clock Central here, there might be some people that might be able to join in, share thoughts. If not, then whatever. Until then, there might be a video I want to share about another person's opinion on WrestleMania. I know I showed a video about this individual person before. No, I know not everybody's a fan of his, but I certainly respect his opinion. I might even show something from. No, I can't do that. I guess I was going to show something from JD from New York's review, but I can't do that without his permission. I don't think you'd have a problem with that, since because he's, it was Joe Cronin, and I was also on Joe Cronin's show as well on Sunday night. I was really busy Sunday at WrestleMania, 6 hours of that content, and then I was part of the House Reactions review there right away. And then I called into the Joe Crunch show that there was live. Because he goes live after every WWE show, or at least every WWE Raw and pay-per-view with live shows. And then also his Out of Nowhere with JD from, you follow him on Twitter at JD from NY206. And then also Joe Cronin at Joe Cronin Show. Simple like that. But I was on the Joe Cronin Show for a short time on Sunday night as well. So I'm everywhere, as I'm dubbed on Main Event Marks, and also now on the Marks for Life group on Facebook, which is facebook.com/user/pro wrestling mark, plus pro wrestling marks, or facebook.com/groups/pro wrestling marks. Being dubbed the man of a million podcasts because not only do I host enough stuff on my own channel, sports, politics, wrestling, and others, but I'm a part of a lot of other shows with other hosts and other channels. Maybe one time I'll be part of with Steve Credo and Credo and JB, the Credo and JB connection over at another wrestling podcast. Maybe I'll be able to be a guest on there, whether a true guest or just there for a couple of moments. You never know. Excuse me. But anyway, like I said, I was thinking of doing a JD from New York videos, and I wanted to share a little bit of from there, of his opinion on WrestleMania, but I don't want to share that video or show that video here without him even knowing of it at all, because that would be very disrespectful and wrong. Also, I didn't even ask, because I didn't even think about it before, but I didn't even ask yet of his permission to do so. But maybe one of these days he'll follow me back on Twitter at @W_podcast, and I'll see if I can use any of his content. I wouldn't, show the whole thing. Obviously, it's a long review, and you can watch it for yourself on his channel, of course. And most of you, I'm sure, already have, if you are a fan of his, which is, he is a smart dude. I'm not, just because I disagree with him on something doesn't mean that I don't like him or respect him. I mean, heck, I watch every single video he has out, and I watch them in full duration, okay? So, I'm a fan of his. It's just that, there's things that he'll disagree with me with, and I with him with, and everything like that. See, I'm trying to be where he is, slowly, but doing it my own way. I'm not going to steal stuff from his or other people's shows, because I'm trying to do this my own way. I know right now it's not working yet, but you got to stay the course. You got to be true to yourself and not feel you have to take from other shows and not be yourself. And I know JD's real. You can tell he's real. So is Joe Cronin's show. Their show is different from my show, obviously. But they're still smart, awesome, respectful kind of dudes. Like I said, Joe was on my show last week for the prediction episode. And he didn't have to be toned down. Heck, at some point, he was himself, which is what I want. I don't want him to be different. Do what got you to the dance, so to speak, they're popular for a reason, which is awesome. So same with JD. If he ever wants to be on my show, he doesn't have to change. He doesn't have to be 100% PG to be on my show. Yeah, I know I do things a lot differently in a different tone and barely any swearing. But just because they're different and they do things a different way, it also shows their passion in their way, as I show my passion in my nice, calm, low-toned voice. Wish to others also could turn them off and make it sound monotone and boring, but point being, JD or Joe, or if Joe ever wants to come back on the show, they both know that they're welcome, and they both know that they can be themselves 100% when they're on here, because I'm not in the business to make people different just because they're on. my show sort of thing. Like, some people are, if you're going to be on my show, you're going to be this way 100%, or you're not going to ever be back. No. Be yourself. That's what I want. I want the way you show your emotion about talking professional wrestling. I can handle it. I can deal with it. I'll actually like it. Now, would I be able to, quote unquote, fight back or play back as well? Maybe not, because I'm not used to it. But that doesn't mean that it's not a bad thing. So they're great dudes, great content in their channels. Definitely check them out. I actually might be adding channels, as you see on the right side of my channel. If you go to the main page of the channel after watching this episode, you'll see channels that I've been a part of. And maybe another wrestling podcast will be added there. I think it will be automatically, even though I haven't been a part of the show yet. And that's fine if I never am, but I'm friends with those guys. They're awesome. They're good people and great at what they do. But I know Joe Cronin's show will be on there because I've been on there and also supporting him. JD from New York. I mean, his shows aren't of call-ins or Google Hangouts because his stuff is taped, which is fine. That's his way. He ain't gonna change for nobody, and he shouldn't. But his channel might be on there, on my channel, and because those people that I support ones that have great content. I don't just support them to support them. I support them for a reason, and just as much as I'm part of and support Main Event Marks. Or also I had the Royal Order of the Holy Mackerel on there, and other channels. Excuse me. So I definitely will put them on. Not like that's gonna help them because they're the ones they already have a high amount. I'm the one that's still. I think at 34 subs right now, 34, 35 subscribers. But hey, that might be 35 new subscribers for them, which is still something positive for them. And it definitely helps me because hopefully they can be on the show more and see how and try to help me grow because really. I know some people might say, hey, you might be using it, but I just want to let people know. And I apologize getting off track, but again, that's why Ramble is part of the show name. But, I really not just want to be where they are at, just in popularity in general, but because I want more people to be able to join in the conversation, be able to talk to, whether either having them on the show or having more comments in the comment section below, giving their thoughts on Wrestlemania, or giving their thoughts on a week of Raw, or whatever. I show my passion. I want to have a community for WWE fans, as well as, the JD from New York and Joe Cronin show community. A different one, but one that's trying to be at least on that level of WWE content and professional wrestling content, for the people. That's why I want my channel to grow. That's why I want to have more subscribers. Not for the fame and all that stuff. No. It's because I want people to join the conversation, interact, or at least having the opportunity of having X amount of subscribers to be able to interact with, whether it's live on a show or in the comment section. Because I feel my brand of content, my way of doing podcasts is a good thing, it's a positive thing, and is something that can be seen as on a level of Joe Cronin show and JD and good mic work and Solo Monster that's here on YouTube, has his own YouTube channel, even though his podcasts are on Podbean and other platforms. And on the level of Another Wrestling Podcast, which you can check out them out, anotherwrestlingpodcast.com, and AWP on Twitter. I want to grow to be. I want my channel to grow to be like theirs, because I want to be able to have more people to be able to interact and talk pro wrestling. Because, like I said, as much as I will continue it, even with having a low amount of subscribers, because I know at least with the subscribers that I do have right now, they are loyal subscribers. So I'll never, you know, trust me, I don't even know how to. And that's not me just BSing, it's honest, I don't know. I'll never pay for a subscriber, never pay for views, never pay for this, never pay for that. As you can tell from if you look through my channel and the view counts for all of them, you'll see that they're, I guess to say, real, as in they're not more than like let's say one video, even though there isn't one yet, over 1,000 views. I don't think maybe one of my Gravity Falls videos too, just because of the time I did the video. But anything over that, more than other videos, or anything that's like, let's say 20,000 views when you only have 32 subscribers. I mean, unless it's one of those things that's an overnight sensation kind of video, like you have sometimes, a video like going viral sort of things. But I do podcasts, not stuff like that would have that going viral sense. But you know what I mean, so you'll see from looking at my videos that I have, a couple of videos that have 4 views, 7 views. My Wrestlemania prediction show got, I think it's over 700 views right now. That's awesome. Obviously you want more of that, but I'm just saying it that way, that I feel that I can. I'm just trying to think of how I explain this to make 100 more, the most sense. And I truly come off as I'm trying to come off as a nice guy, and as someone that, like I said, I just want my name out there. I guess that's the best way to say it. Have my show out there for people to judge accordingly. Not everybody's gonna like you. It's not a utopia of everybody liking you, but at least more people, to watch your content and judge it accordingly, and maybe give you hints and getting it better and all this other stuff. I am in the process of trying to create or have a little studio, quote unquote. Have wrestling things in the background. I've been a wrestling fan all my life, and I don't have a lot of things, souvenirs. The last T-shirts I've had was when I was a kid in the Attitude Era, and Stone Cold, The Rock, and the NWO, I think, were the T-shirts I had. I wish I kept the NWO one, because I think it might still fit now. I doubt it, but you never know. It could have. But so I've been a wrestling fan all my life. I've never been to a WWE event of any kind. I know I've said that before when I was talking about wanting to go to Wrestlemania and other stuff. I've never been to any wrestling event of any kind. That's 100% truth, no lie, no BSing there. Not a live event, not a Raw. And it's not without trying to go to events or trying to save the money for it and all this other stuff when I was younger or now. But no live events, no Raws or taped SmackDowns or pay-per-views. And of course, no WrestleManias. So maybe WrestleMania 33 might be my first one. Maybe. But we'll see about that as well. So yeah, so just sharing that stuff about me, getting to know me, getting to know my show. I apologize that this episode hasn't been 100% content on the review of WrestleMania. I hope you still enjoy the content and learn a little bit more about me and my channel, what I'm trying to do and what I'm trying to build here, when I'm serious about it. Excuse me, that I'm not just another channel, that I'm not just another person doing a review, that I really want this to be like a job for me, even though I do have a job now, a paying job, but I didn't want this to be my paying job. Be able to talk professional wrestling or sports or whatever niche, that maybe someone picks up on and wants me to have as my main thing for this channel. Because I enjoy talking at all. But also that's why I want to have a co-host, to have that second person, another opinion, steer the conversation, Just like why it's great to be part of a teams, like the team of with House of Reactions there, with the pay-per-view reviews now. Main Event Marks with our group there. YouTube.com/pro wrestling /main event marks. Our episode will be tomorrow night. We all will be reviewing Wrestlemania, NXT Dallas, and other shows as well. It's good to have a camaraderie, a group of people. Doesn't have to be a group of guys. Female. If a woman is interested in being a co-host of this show, just let me know. Por favor, please, just let me know, and we'll take it from there. So that's what I'm hoping for the future of this channel. That's what I'm hoping for the future of this podcast. Just like I said, if I had more eyes and ears to this podcast, I think you guys would really like it. I already am trying to bring my A game for my show each and every episode, but that'll be tenfold if I have either not just new subscribers, but let's say, for a week, for one upcoming week, maybe for the next review predictions or something, I have a guest and they promote on their channel, and you know that they have X amount of subscribers, you'd be like, okay, we might get a high surplus of live views, like we did for the predictions. Because of the predictions, we actually had 78 total live for that, which obviously shattered any record I had from any of my podcasts or videos, since I started doing Google Hangouts. So this has been more of a channel update than Steve's Wrestling Ramble, but I just want to share this stuff. And I'm also trying to get to 8 o'clock because I'm thinking some of my friends at Main Event Marks or others will be able to join in the show and share their thoughts on WrestleMania and the Raw after. If you are still watching here, thank you. Again, I apologize that I have kind of gone off track, but I just wanted to share some other things, show the real me, and all that other stuff. If you care or not, just wanted to do so. But let's see. But until I wait, if others join in, I'm going to share something. Let me see if I can find it. Like I said, I showed a video of this individual a couple weeks ago on the episode before my predictions one. But anyways, I showed a video about him the other time. He's someone that I really respect his opinion. Like I said, I would have also shown a video of probably from a Joe Cronin one and from JD from NY, but I did not ask them for the permission to share their content at all on this channel, on my channel, and they don't want to. Obviously, I don't want to upset them, but also I want to do things professionally and respectfully as well. And since I didn't ask them beforehand, I'm not going to do this. Now, this one's a little different because, well, it just is, I guess. Hopefully, you'll be able to hear this. Ah, dang it, sorry. All right. Let's see if I can do this correctly. You never know. I'm not the best in the world at it. Let's try it to everybody.
The awkward build to some of the top matches. All week I kept saying the pessimism from fans was such that the bar of expectations was set low, and that could work in WWE's favor for WrestleMania 32. Well, they didn't jump over the bar. They didn't limbo underneath the bar. They just walked the hell around the bar, said, screw you and your bar. We just made $17 million at the gate from live attendance. Suck on it. This was not the worst WrestleMania, but certainly was not the best. For the purposes of this conversation, I'll only judge the Manias that I have been to live, which are 17 in Houston, 23 in Detroit, 27 in Atlanta, 28 in Miami, 29 in New York City, 30 in New Orleans, 31 in Santa Clara, and now 32 in Dallas. Out of those, 27 was the worst to me. WrestleMania 32 had a solid undercard. The undercard delivered, performed, everybody went out there, gave it 110%. The moment with HBK, Austin, Foley, while you expect to basically see these legends, it's become uniform each year. They have some cameo spot like this. It was a very magical moment to watch live. I mean, you can't. If you're somebody that grew up watching wrestling through the 90s with these guys, you can't deny the magical feeling this had. Tremendous stuff. But the matches that the show was supposed to be built around just left me underwhelmed. Shane versus Undertaker. I was entertained. But Shane jumping off the cell, that needs to be the end of the match. Shane jumps off the cell, and then we still go back in the ring and have more going on. He reverses the Hell's Gate submission. Look, I know that they were packaging Shane and showing that he's been doing, some training and, he's getting real, doing some MMA kind of training. But, I mean, come on. Let's not stray too far for the fact that Shane McMahon's offense and success is based on insanity. This match just kept building, and the brutality kept going, and eye for an eye, toe for a toe. And then, as Monday Night Raw would prove, which we'll get to, the match has been basically deemed pointless. Really. The match that we got with Shane and Taker was really the match that I needed to see from Brock Lesnar versus Ambrose. Brock Lesnar versus Dean Ambrose. Boy, did I back the wrong horse. All week I kept saying, this is the one I'm most looking forward to. This one could steal the show. Barbaric. Dean Ambrose shared a ring in WrestleMania with Brock Lesnar. It didn't. It was flat. Flat. I'm sorry. Then, the world title match. I still feel bad for Roman. These two worked their ass off, he and Triple H. Roman wins, not to no real surprise. And then you see him the next morning on the Today Show. He totally fits my point. He's the image, the attributes of what a face of that company needs to be. But I gotta say, there is just no other option. He can be champion. He's going to have to just embrace these mixed emotions, especially the emphasis on the dislike of him, but let him have some edge. Don't pander to the crowd. Don't be a good guy. Don't be a bad guy. Just be the guy. Left underwhelmed with Mania 32. I knew, or at least I was hoping, that WrestleMania, despite that the Raw the next night would redeem it all. Well, we'll talk about that after this short break. Your calls is
Yeah, I just wanted to share that from Just in the Bar, the rest of reality on Intro Live Radio there in Pennsylvania. I believe Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, home court angle. That area there. Definitely enjoy CSR reality. It'd be awesome to be on that show too. Man Up a Million podcast, be part of that as a guest or something. That would ever happen as well. So a lot of ambitions and hope for this channel. Yeah, I might dream big. maybe too big, but that's just how I am, always wanting the best and working hard for it, just like anybody else has. Just like JD did, and will continue to do, and Joe Grunge, working their asses off for their subscribers and fans, and still kicking butt to this very day. Excuse me, apologize for that. But we are here at the 8 o'clock hour. See if anyone able to join, but I guess not. Let's wait a little bit. I guess the last thing I'll do is promote myself here. Follow me on at the _podcast Twitter. Check my stuff out here on YouTube as well. My other content. Definitely, if you want to check out my predictions episode, so you can see for yourself which matches I got wrong and right, and my correct guest that I had, and guest co-host Felicia Rose. Hopefully, can have her again on the show in the near future, but we'll see. Any others, of course. Also, let's check out the fan page on Facebook, facebook.com/Steve's Wrestling Ramble. Just search that in the search bar there on Facebook. Steve's Wrestling Ramble should be simple as 1, 2, 3 there. But I think everybody that watched live will be watching archived. Like the video, share the video with everybody. Maybe share it to WWE, JD, Joe. I give them shout outs, another wrestling podcast. Whoever, however, wherever, I greatly appreciate it if you do. And take care. I mean, next episode I have to later on this week. Either might be a movie review or talking package with Steve. But we'll see how the rest of the week goes. See if I'm up to doing another podcast or video for the week. So, here's Ross. Anyways, thanks for watching. And as always, take care.